What better way to start off the month of October than a haunted house? Developed by a developer consisting of two people, Isaac Knight and Chris Ratz, comes House. Immediately, we're thrown into the game with as much information as our main character has, who, by the way, is named Tabby. Waking up in our room, we'll see some moving boxes, a doll, a journal in the corner, and hear this banger of an OST. The controls here are pretty simple. Move around with the arrow keys and A as our interaction button. Pressing escape will bring up a menu showing items, in-game options, restart, and the time of day. Though the time is going a little fast. And Squidward? Never mind. Turning off the lights will play a more darker version of the song playing. When all of a sudden, I figured no real harm could come from staying in our room all day, right? But upon leaving the room, we'll see that is not true at all. Trying to find some comfort in the bathroom, and flushing of course, we'll be snatched up and discover the core mechanic of this game. Death. Death isn't the end in this game. It's more of a learning lesson, so let's properly explore like we should have. In the hallway, we'll come across Tabby's mom, Lisa, who just starts boarding up a room, telling us it stinks in there. Okay. In the room across from ours, we'll come across Melody, Tabby's younger sister, who has quite the dialogue. Moving on. In the main living room is the house pet, a cat. A bunch of shelves in the back, and the room to the top right leads to the kitchen, where Lisa is cooking, with a big puddle of water in the middle of the room. The fridge had some milk also. The cat was hiding a key, which we promptly pick up and can use over here, bringing us to the storage room. There's what looks to be a bucket and an axe over in the corner. As we head on over, we'll have some Dark Souls flashbacks. Waking up again with even more knowledge this time, we can peek into our journal to see a few things got written down, giving the ever so slight hint of things to come. I also forgot to mention there's a stamina bar. When you see that red bar, it means you can't run anymore. That is very bad, sometimes. Also, in case it wasn't clear, this is very much a puzzle game. The bottom right door will take us to a piano room, where a swinging chandelier hangs and a bear trap is mounted on the wall. Back in the living room on the shelves is a bowling ball. We can pick it up, and when dropping it in rooms, the rooms will shake. So if we go and drop the ball in the piano room, well, we have a few pieces we can put together for now. 1, we need to find a way to prevent Lisa from slipping. 2, the cat is holding the key for the storage room, and there's milk in the fridge. 3, the axe will probably let us chop down those boards Lisa put up. Okay. So let's drop some milk, wake up the kitty, grab the key, pick up the bear trap, place the bear trap right by the window, and then grab this bucket. Now we have a solution to our first problem. Placing down the bucket will catch the water. Now let's go and grab our prize. So the bucket is now full with water, and Lisa has survived. Nice. Let's go chop some wood down. Progress. Let's actually see what Melody ends up doing. It is a pretty good song. Oh, well, we still got the axe at least. Okay, so now we need to find a way to also prevent the chandelier from falling. Let's go ahead and grab our axe, cutting down those boards and seeing what's behind the door. That most definitely is a trap door there, and in the closet is a shotgun. Now, this is where my bright idea came in. See, because in the vase over here is a shotgun shell, so I thought I could shoot down the chandelier. This game's depressing. In the kitchen, there's now this creepy figure behind the window, who we can talk to. This is our neighbor, who gives us the little hint of make sure to thoroughly check each room. Thanks. If we stay in the kitchen long enough, the fridge will open, snatching Lisa. Leaving the kitchen, we'll find our cat and Melody. Another thing to take note of is if we take down our family members, they'll come back as demons. So that first creature we encountered in the hallway was actually Lisa, and now this here is Melody. Okay, so shooting the shotgun while Melody was sitting there may not have been my brightest moment, so let's try again, but without her there. And nope, With Melody doomed, I figured what better time than to check the toilet, so flushing is gonna summon whatever that is. That's pretty good to keep in mind. After dying a few times, when we enter the piano room, there's now a Snell in the corner. That's Marty. Marty will offer us some help, in which we put him on top of our head, giving us a little buff. We can run faster and for longer when Marty's on top of our head. Now, you know that trapdoor we found in the parents' room? Well, there's a pretty simple way to access it. Just drop the bowling ball, bringing us down and to what stinks. The body is holding on to something, and if you want the item, you gotta chop off the hand, getting us the slingshot. So with that, we have one of our final pieces to this puzzle. Let's go ahead and drop the bowling ball, grab the milk, drop the milk, get our key, get our bear trap, go into the storage room to get our bucket, and then our axe. Using the axe to get our shotgun, dropping the ball to go into the basement, get our slingshot, use the slingshot, dropping the chandelier to save Melody, and placing the bucket to save Lisa. Congratulations, job well done. Well, that doesn't seem good. Also, where's Melody? This family, I just can't. House is a game with multiple endings, but to get to the endings you have to wait until 12 AM in the game. That's when James shows up, aka Tabby's dad. And instead of the usual hug, we get a poke in the eye. To see our first ending, all we have to do is survive until 12 AM. Well, that and fight James. James needs 3 hits in order to go down. Easiest way to do that is to use the bear trap for the first hit and 2 shots from the shotgun. It's pretty easy to run past the rat once you're more familiar with the controls. And as for the shotgun shells, you can pick one from the vase and the other from shooting the box down here. With all the equipment ready, we just have to wait until 12. Once it hits 12, the clock will ring. And James arrives home. Trapping him in the bear trap will split his lower body, but he'll walk on his 2 long arms. Hitting him a second time will pop his head off, and he'll continue chasing by bouncing, spitting blood at us, which if we get hit, melts us. The final shot will bring Tabby to her knees as the camera pans up, giving us some final words, closing with the lines, "A fleshy heartbeat continues," and credits of ending 1. Dolly shows up mocking us, reminding us that this will never end, waking up again in the same room. But before we continue, just a fair warning. I will be spoiling the rest of this game. I highly recommend checking this game out and then coming back. It's on Steam for about $10 US and regularly goes on sale. However, if you enjoy spoilers or just want to stay, I have one question for you. Have any of you guys seen The Shining before? Here's Tabby. To get the second ending in house and work our way towards the true ending, we have to do something bad. Earlier, the diary mentioned listening to those thoughts. So...
oh boy, here I go killing again.
Not the cat! With the final member being Dolly, we cut everyone down. If you're unsure, we can double check by talking to the toilet. The ghoul will congratulate us, and all we have to do is wait until 12. When the clock rings, we'll get some different dialogue from James and that hug I mentioned earlier, a more darker soundtrack, and see that we fell into the darkness. Dolly shows back up for round 2 and continues with the ridicule. On our way to the third ending, the hallway clock now has some bloody lines. The third ending is pretty simple, as all we have to do is save Melody. There's 3 ways Melody can end up in a bad spot: the piano and chandelier, the toilet, and the stool in her room. It doesn't matter if we keep anyone else safe during this time loop, but I do like putting the bucket down, as the demonic version of Lisa can only spawn if she has her accident. The slingshot is the key item here. Once we have that, we can shoot down the chandelier before Melody gets here. Melody will be even more sad now, and we'll put out the fire cause I like the cat. Now, we have to destroy the toilet before she gets here. For that, all we need to do is drop the bowling ball on it, releasing a rubber ducky. Same with the stool. Breaking that, and Melody is saved. Just need to pick up Dolly, and watch as Melody lays in bed, depressed. Giving her the doll, and surviving until midnight again. When the toll rings, we'll hear a whistle. And see Melody is in the living room playing the flute. James drops to his knees, and Melody lifts the curse from her father. We meet with Dolly again, who keeps being very unsatisfied with us. The final ending asks us to do what we originally were doing: save the family. With all the experience under our belts and knowing what causes what, we do everything. We run by the rat, ignoring it. We save Lisa by putting a bucket where the leak is, preventing her fall. We take the slingshot, shooting down the chandelier to prevent it from falling on Melody. We splash that bucket of water on the lit candle to save the cat from catching fire. We destroy the toilet, and we don't give Melody the doll. We take our lunch Lisa made and give it to the rat, and we wait. Wait for the lights to turn off and the fridge to open. Slashing the hand. Only this time something else comes out. The Lankler. The Lankler is a creature we cannot defeat. All we can do is run, but it is slow. Shooting it or using a trap on it will cause it to be stunned, briefly. We need to survive until 12, because once it hits 12, we'll be at the dinner table with our family, and the credits will look slightly different. But as always, Dolly shows up, and that means we're not done just yet. This is it, our final loop. Upon leaving our room, if you take a quick look, you'll notice that the clock looks a little different now. We'll come back to that in a minute. For now, let's just grab all the items we usually do. Mainly the axe, shotgun, bowling ball, the slingshot, and for good measure the sandwich. After that, we take our axe and swing it right over the clock, shattering it, causing time to freeze. In this suspended state, the music will slow down. And across several different rooms are various parts of the body. Eyes in the parents' room, a mouth in the storage room, and fingers in the piano room. Each of these body parts needs to be defeated by certain items we have. For the eyes, we need to use the slingshot. The fingers we can just chop with the axe. For the mouth, we need to put something down for it to eat, and then we can drop the bowling ball on its teeth. Once we do so, we'll hear some chains. And in the living room, we'll find a beating heart. Shooting that will cause the house to shake, and Tabby to fall through a crack. Waking up, we'll find Marty, who tells us to go on without him. Walking forward, we'll come across this person holding puppets, and what I think is a puppet resembling Melody. The puppet master will drop to his knees, asking us to come closer, telling us he doesn't want us to leave. Tabby tries to pull away, and she pulls away so hard she rips off her arm, taking her axe out and slicing the puppet master in half. We come across Dolly again, but instead of fading to black, the camera zooms closer as Dolly's fear grows, with a fade of black and daylight. On a bench, we'll find Tabby, and our epilogue. And that's House. Well, that was just chapter 1. So there's one more chapter actually, and probably the coolest part of this game. The game resets, and instead of the usual wake up, we get dream. And if you read the journal entry, you'll see that now it's all just a dream Tabby has. If we go into Melody's room, however, we'll find a doll, and our neighbor in the kitchen, who thinks we can still save Melody, just that we have to give up control. So we do, and enter Melody. Here we'll find ourselves in Melody's room playing as Melody, with a new walking theme. However, the house is very different compared to the last time we saw it. More deteriorated. In the kitchen is Lisa, or what seems to be left of her. The piano room now has a monster that'll eat us, and upon death we'll see a doll version of Melody that is extra depressing. In Tabby's old room is the seamstress, who will play hide and seek with us, but because there's a few lumps in the carpet. In the storage room is the rat, but a little bloated. In the bathroom is Toby's ghost, and a rubber ducky. So here we are again, finding ourselves in another loop to escape. And to do that, well, we got a few things we need to do. See, every time we do a specific action, our journal will update, giving us a new song. And we need these songs to complete the game. Watching the piano play that song. Meet the screaming banshee in the closet. Give the rat some wine, and snip James. After that, we can finish the game. So for our final loop, we first have to smooth out the carpet, then run and grab our flute. When we have it, we can tame this little mouse, meet our grandma who gives us the candle, go get some toilet water for the rat, and play hide and seek. That lets us get the key and the scissors. That'll unlock the door, but let's run over to Lisa, do our best impression of the banshee to break her wine glass, bring out our cat and have them slay the piano demon, run on over and play a song for Melody's dead boyfriend, who then will chase us to his ghost, who will then possess him, snip some rope, and now we wait. Not for James, but for Jinzo. We need the help of our family to defeat him, starting with James. Then Lisa will join in. And as we run past, we'll use Toby, and then deliver the final strike, sending Jinzo's body backwards, and we can jump down the hole he created, bringing us down to the void, where we'll find Tabby's body and we can leave. Both sisters have finally escaped, reminiscing at the pond. House is a really good time, and I enjoy the approach of show don't tell. As Tabby, we see things are kind of still bad, even before the house causes all the problems. You could argue the house is the root of the problem, or more that the house causes problems to multiply, as Lisa is portrayed as an alcoholic, constantly drinking and passing out. Then when we see her in Melody's dream, she's in this constant state of making food and drinking. It isn't until Melody breaks the bottle that she gets some of herself back. James seems to be very controlling, or at least that's what we can guess from what we know, as James is the member we know the least about, until Melody's dream. We know that James killed Melody's boyfriend, Toby. We can also assume Melody saw the body, hence the depression. If Melody was sad before, we don't know, only that Toby's death could be the reason for her depression. As for Tabby, she's more of our insert character, so not really much is known. We'll pan out and see both watching TV as the neighbor's head swings around, finally reuniting the sisters. Maybe there's a part 2 coming out. All in all, I'm excited about how they expand on this for the sequel. Until then, we'll be jumping back into Raccoon City with the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your comments with your experience with this game. And have some sweet dreams. Take it easy.